I always feel like I've reached peak bi when I wear this shirt. Hey guys, what is up? My name is Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming at you with my July book haul. So I think I got 10 books this month, July month. Yes, I believe so. Let's start with the book boxes. Right out the gate, Book of the Month Club. I chose 2 in July. Normally I go for all 3. I don't know what I was thinking not getting the 3rd. Regrets. But what I did get. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Now, I have read Final Girls by Riley Sager for for Halloween, like one of the spookathons before I even started Booktubes, so like 2 years ago almost. And then I didn't read The Last Time I Lied. I don't know why, I just didn't. But I really liked Final Girls, so when this was one of the 5 options for Book of the Month Club, I got it. It's about a girl that house sits at like a rich Manhattan high-rise, I believe. There's a lot of different house sitters that go on in this building, I guess. I'm doing a great job of explaining it. But then something happens to one of the other apartments and it becomes this whole thriller in this Manhattan high-rise. So, I'm excited. It's getting a lot of decent reviews and I'm saving it for, I really want to do a thriller-a-thon one of these days, but like it never really lines up with where I want it to be. I'm sorry, Nicole. So I might save this either for the next thriller-a-thon or in October when I tend to prefer to read like spooky and thriller stories. This will be on the agenda. And my add-on for the month was one that I don't think anyone will be surprised about, but that is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is a Korean folklore story retelling that's like an urban fantasy folklore about the nine-tailed fox, which is a fox that has to consume men's livers, I want to say, in order to sustain herself. And our main character is that fox, so she has to basically eat men in order to survive. And I have heard some really great things about it. This should be maybe next up on my, I'm reading Sorcery of Thorns right now, and once I'm done with that, I believe this is what I pick up next. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to get into it. Korean inspired folklore. Never has a book spoken to me more. And next is the Owl Crate exclusive edition July box. So if you haven't seen it or whatnot yet, then like turn away, but it's Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Now, it's getting mediocre reviews, but I really do like the concept of it. So the like royal emperor needs a new seamstress basically, but they're not really called seamstresses. What are they called? Needs a new imperial tailor. So they run a competition for someone to be the new imperial tailor. The main character, I want to say Maya, is a seamstress. Now, it's only available to men. So she poses as a son, a la Mulan, and goes to Project Runway her way into the imperial tailor position. Sounds great. I like a good story that has to do with tournaments, basically, and I guess this can be considered a tournament. I've never watched Project Runway, but it was pitched as Project Runway meets I don't know what else. Maybe Mulan? Regardless, I was hoping to get to it for my newts this month, but I just haven't gotten to it yet, so we'll see what happens, but yes. So those are the book boxes. Moving on to the only pre-order I had in July, and that is Space Boy Volume 4. I won't talk too much about it. It's by Stephen McCraney. It's a continuation of the series of the girl named Amy who moves to Earth after living on a spaceship for the first, I don't know, 9 years, 10, something like that. First several years of her life and has to adjust to living on Earth and all the shenanigans that come with being a high schooler from another planet, basically. Very cute. Love the series. You all probably know that by now. I can't wait for the next one, which I think is out in November. Then from Book Depository, I grabbed a couple titles. One I'm really looking forward to, and one that I've read before, but I really like the UK covers. So what I read before and really like the UK cover of is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This was one of my favorite books of last year, I believe. Yep, that sounds right. This is about a girl named Morgan Crow who believes she's cursed. She's lived her whole life believing she is cursed. On her 11th birthday, she is supposed to die, but she is whisked away to another world where it's magical and lots of shenanigans happen. It's kind of like Harry Potter, which is what you've probably heard a million times before. Gives the same vibes. It's definitely like a middle grade / low end YA story, but it's a good series so far. And I just heard that there's supposed to be like 9 books in the series. Who said that? I think it was Jade at Jaded Reader. That's a lot of books, and I really look forward to them. There's only 2 out so far, so I need to get my hands on the paperback of the UK copy of, what's the other one called? Wondersmith. And I also got A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. It was just inexpensive, so I just threw it on and I really want to read it. So there we have it. I know very little about it. It is one that is very highly regarded on BookTube from what I recall. What are my kids doing? I don't know. Okay. Then I grabbed, in preparation for Contemporary-a-thon, a book that I saw only amazing reviews for, but I'm starting to see not so amazing reviews for. We'll see what happens, in my opinion. We all know how romance goes for me. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. You know, the Queens of Contemporary-a-thon, the Queens of Contemporary. All loved it, and I have high hopes that I will like it, because it sounds a little bit up my alley. I don't know much about it, except that I know that there's like a lot of smutty smut scenes and a lot of dirty talking, and the main love interest guy, Travis, is like a bad boy, which is also why some people didn't love it. So we'll see where I fall on the spectrum in our next Contemporary-a-thon. Then I browsed Barnes & Noble on my 1-year anniversary of BookTube that happened in July, and as a treat to myself for the first year, I picked up a couple books, and I became a Barnes & Noble member because I shopped there just enough that it made monetary sense. So here we are. Let's get into the 3 books I grabbed. The first one is Bloom by Kevin Panetta. Kevin Panetta wrote one of my absolute favorite graphic novel series, and that is Zodiac Star Force, of which there are only 2. Sad, sad story. But I love that fucking series so much that I have high hopes for this. This is a male-male romance. I believe it has to do with like baking or cooking. Baking. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. I like the color style. And again, it's another one that I picked up in preparation for Contemporary-a-thon. And because I want to own more graphic novels and manga. I read a lot of them, but I don't own a lot of them. I'm trying to grow that collection. I also picked up Neanderthal Opens the Door to the Universe by Preston Norton. This is a book that I've really only heard Jess from Jess Reads Books talk about, but she's really invested in this. I believe it's one of her favorites. It's about a high school kid who's 6'6" and 250 pounds. So he is very large compared to the rest of the people in his world. His older brother commits suicide, so there's definitely going to be a lot of trigger warnings in this. But it's kind of him dealing with life post that. I know not a whole lot more about it, but I trust Jess's opinion on books because I tend to like a lot of the things she does. So, here we are. And last but not least on the table was sitting this Christina Henry book, which is The Girl in Red. I've never read a Christina Henry book, but Cody over at Cody's Book Corner talks about Christina Henry all the time. She's basically going through all of her works, and Christina Henry writes like morbid, dark retellings of modern fairy tales, like obviously Red Riding Hood and Peter Pan and The Little Mermaid, etc., etc. So when I saw this on the table for 20% off plus my discount, I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. So I'm really excited to get into this. I don't know anything outside of what Little Red Riding Hood is about, and I kind of want to go into it blind. So that's that. That's the final book from July. It was a good haul month. I haven't read any of them except Spaceboy. Well, and technically Nevermore, because I bought that having already read it. So got a lot of books to read in my near future. Alright guys, that is it for me. That is my July haul. Let me know if you have any of these books. Should I prioritize any of them over others? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, month, year, summer, etc. Summer's almost over. Fall. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Like if you liked this video, subscribe if you are new here and you would like to see more content from me. I leave all my social media links down below. You can find me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter. I hope to see you in the next one.